Now, back in 2022, broadcaster Naga Munchetty was diagnosed with a painful condition after 32 years. And for decades, her symptoms were dismissed, ignored and misdiagnosed by doctors. She has now written a book about it and describes her experience as medical misogyny. And she joins us now. Thank you so much.
Morning.
It's such a... the book itself, I think, should be read by all young girls, all women, and indeed men. And that's the response you're getting right now too.
The book is almost like a handbook. I mean, it's born out of the fact that I've experienced medical misogyny, been ignored, my symptoms have been ignored, but it's not about me, you'll be pleased to know. It's just as someone who understands what it feels like to be told, no, it's nothing, it's probably nothing, oh, you'll grow out of it, have a baby, that'll fix it, it'll get better when you get older. And just speaking to dozens of men and women about their experiences of being ignored and thinking there's something here, there's something that the medical world is not listening to, be it not enough research, be it not enough education, and not enough time to listen, and not hearing when someone says, I'm not coping. That's what this is for.
Exactly. And you started suffering is really the only way to describe it at 15 years old, debilitating, horrendous symptoms. What was it exactly then, Naga? How did it affect you?
If you say it normally, I started my periods at 15. Lots of girls start their periods when they're teenagers, of course. But mine involved extreme pain, doubled over in pain, throwing up, passing out, cramps, fainting over and over again, and really, really heavy periods to the point where I was setting an alarm at night to change my period product, sleeping on a towel, lying on the floor, because if I was uncomfortable on the floor, then perhaps it could detract from the pain. You know, like if you dig your nail into your palm of your hand to distract yourself. And when I probably didn't use the language I would use now, when I saw a doctor, I just said, oh, my periods are really heavy and painful, or you'll grow out of it. And whenever it kind of came up, you would go on contraception, you would have different forms of contraception, some which would mean you never bled at all, which were a relief, but didn't kind of explain why I was having this. And it may be common, but it's not normal. And that's the thing, we have to distinguish between what is normal and what isn't. And so it was only when because I had a cyst on my ovary, that I was having a scan, an ultrasound, that they found adenomyosis, which is... The easy way to describe it is as the evil twin to endometriosis. And it's when the uterine wall grows, the lining grows outside. The endometrium grows outside the uterus. So it's spread into my pelvis and my lower back. And it can affect women in different ways. But ultimately, the pain is when hormones react, it tears your muscles. So that's that pain. You have very heavy bleeding. But it was never diagnosed. And the fact is, even though it is diagnosed, there's no cure. So then it's just management through hormones or the option of hysterectomy, which I've refused to have.
Well, it took 32 years to get that diagnosis. And during that time, you went to male and female doctors, and a lot of the response was, well, this is just what it is. You have to get on with it.
Yeah, suck it up.
And I think this is the part that is resonating with so many people. And it wasn't until you spoke about what you've been through on your radio show, you were just inundated with other variations of the same story.
I think we all know women who have been told it's probably nothing, and who have been told other women are dealing with it, it's normal, you should too. And you spend a long time thinking, is it me? Am I really weak? Am I just not coping as a woman? Am I not like the other women who are all just getting on with life? Because we don't talk about it enough. We don't speak up about these symptoms enough, and not enough research is put into them. So I think when you spend years and years being told it's nothing, you find very different coping mechanisms. And now when I look back and I think, OK, that diagnosis came, we're all trying to be the best we can. And I was prevented from being the best I could. And I'm happy, but you can't help. And I've spoken to so many women who are like, I no longer am working because I have such bad endometriosis and pain, and it can't be cured, and no one's listening to me. Or I have such bad UTIs that I I cannot sit for more than 20 minutes, and it's been recurrent for 9 years. I had this wonderful letter from a woman yesterday who told me that exact thing. And she's in tears because she's like, I'm minimalised, I'm diminished.
But it's these stories that you've drawn from, and that's what the book is about. All various different case studies. Some have organically come from conversations with your friends, a lot of other people who have got in touch with you. And it just shows you there's so much to cover. That's the thing. There isn't a one framework fits all when it comes to women's health. And maybe that's part of the problem.
Yeah. That women's health, men and women both have heart attacks, right? Unfortunately. Women present differently. And for a very long time, that wasn't recognised well enough. So women, there is a friend of mine in the book who had a heart attack. She was a barrister. She is a very educated, strong, assertive woman, but was told by doctors, you're having a panic attack, you need to calm down. She was like, I'm not. I know I'm having a heart attack. And she'd been admitted into hospital and left in this room. And it took the person who was cleaning the room, who saw the state she was in, to run out and say, get someone in here now. And she says, I wish I'd said that. I wish I'd kind of had the gumption to say that, but I didn't want to make a fuss because I'd already been told to calm down. And her heart is damaged. She will live with that and extra medication for the rest of her life.
And she knew it herself. And this is, you describe the book exactly like it. It's like a private silent partner for you. And if you feel like you are not being heard, it's good to feel like there is a community of other people that are there for you. And that's...
You need to know it's going on. You need to know the history, why it exists, and you need to be able to have the tools to call it out and push for a diagnosis and treatment.
Dr Hilary is here. He's chatting with us later on about various other bits and pieces. But Hilary, if I can just ask you, I mean, I'm sure all of that can resonate with you, but it's, you know, in this day and age when you think, and I know Naga is still making strides, Parliamentary Select Committee, you're talking to Parliament, we're trying to make changes. But, you know, on the surface for a lot of people, they want to go to the GP and them to fix it, and it's just not happening for everybody.
It doesn't always happen for everybody. That's absolutely right. The book is brilliantly researched, I have to say. It's absolutely essential reading, gives really good practical tips for women as to how to be empowered, not to be fobbed off, but to go with confidence and say, you know, my symptoms haven't been explained yet. I do need an explanation. I would like to be further investigated. And it's getting better. Raising awareness is one thing, and you're doing a fantastic job, Naga, doing that with the book. But also, we've got better diagnostic techniques, such as non-invasive transvaginal ultrasounds, which take the place of other more invasive tests that we had to rely on in the past. So we're getting better, but there's still a way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're paving the way, that's for sure. Naga, thank you so much. The book is brilliant. Like I said, it's a read for everybody.
Everyone, men and women.
Describe it. It's Probably Nothing. Critical conversations on the women's health crisis and how to thrive despite it. It is out today, and congratulations with it as well. Hi there. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel, where we upload new videos every single day. You can click here if you're interested in this video, or head to the homepage for some more amazing content.